Good afternoon, students. We will be reading the picture book, Mirandy and Brother Wind. While you are reading, I want you to pay attention to the uses of personification. And in this book, you will also experience colloquialism. Colloquialism is the use of regional dialect or different words used in different regions of the country. For example, you may visit one area of the country and instead of saying pop, that area would say soda. In some areas of the country, someone might call a sandwich a sub-sandwich, where in other parts of the country, they may call it a hoagie sandwich. While you're reading, please pay attention to words that might be specifically used in certain regions of the country, as well as the obvious use of personification. Mirandy and Brother Wind. Swish, swish. It was spring, and Brother Wind was back. He come high stepping through ridge top, dressed in his finest, and trailing that long silvery wind cape behind him. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Sure wish Brother Wind could be my partner at the junior cakewalk tomorrow night, said Mirandy, her face pressed against the cool cabin window. Then I'd be sure to win. Ma dear smiled. That's an old saying that whoever can catch the wind can make him do their bidding. I'm going to, say Mirandy, and she danced around the room, dipping, swinging, turning, wheeling. This is my first cakewalk, and I'm gonna dance with the wind. When the sky turned morning pink, Mirandy set out to capture Brother Wind. Grandmama Beasley was out back feeding her chickens when Mirandy come up asking, all excited, "Do you know how to catch Brother Wind? I want to make him be my partner at the cakewalk tonight." Grandmama Beasley studied on the notion. "Can't nobody put shackles on Brother Wind, child. He be special. He be free." Mirandy asked all her neighbors the same question, but nobody seemed to have an answer. What do you think Grandmama Beasley means when she calls Mirandy child? What do you think she means at that point? "I'm gonna get him yet," she say, turning round and round in the yard. Get who? She didn't even have to look around to know it was that clumsy boy Easel. Mirandy didn't answer, but walked toward the road. Easel came too, walking backward to face her. He was sure to trip any minute, and he did. "Why you been asking everybody how to catch the wind?" "Ma dear told me whoever catch the wind can make him do their bidding. I want him to be my partner at the cakewalk tonight." "But I thought After a moment, Easel flashed his good-natured smile. His eyes sparkled like sunglints on branch water. He say, "What do you think Orlinda would say if I asked her to be my partner?" "Orlinda? Skinny Orlinda? Ask her and find out," said Mirandy, and she strutted away. I wonder why Mirandy is so upset. And I wonder if he really meant Orlinda was who he really wanted to ask to the dance. Also like the use of his eyes sparkled like sun glints. Next page. At the corner store, Mr. Jessup told Mirandy that a great aunt of his from Espala, Mississippi, said to put black pepper in Brother Wind's footprints. That would make him sneeze. While he's busy sneezing, slip up behind and throw a quilt over him. Mirandy rushed home and got the black pepper mill and one of Ma dear's blankets. Wasn't long for Brother Wind came strolling through the meadow, his wind cape hovering, gentle-like, over the grasses. Sneaking up behind him, Mirandy commenced to grinding pepper. Then she threw the quilt But whoosh, Brother Wind was gone. I hear a lot of words that denote sound, such as onomatopoeia words. I have also noticed a couple of uses of hyphenated adjectives. Next page. Mirandy was still sneezing when she told Ezel what happened. I could have told you the wind don't leave footprints. He says he milked the family cow. He was sure to spill some, and he did. Mirandy sneezed again. Did you ask Orlinda about being your partner? She said, changing the subject. Sure did, and she said, oh, I don't care what she said, Mirandy interrupted and rushed away. Well, why did she ask the question if she didn't care? Following the creek downstream, Mirandy came to Miss Poinsettia's whitewashed cottage. Talk had it that Miss Poinsettia wasn't a for real conjure woman like the ones in New Orleans, but didn't nobody mess with her, just in case talk was wrong. Miss Poinsettia welcomed Mirandy inside. Your people don't approve of conjure. Why come you here? Says she. I wonder what conjure means. That's not something we hear normally in our area, but they related it to Louisiana. What do we know about some individuals in Louisiana with magic and tricks and things of that nature? So she's called a conjure woman. The last sentence, or next to the last sentence says, your people don't approve of conjure. Why come you here? She say. Next page. Mirandy figured if Miss Poinsettia was up on her conjure, she ought to know why. But not wanting to appear sassy, she answered, I need a potion to help me catch Brother Wind, so he'll be my partner at the cakewalk. The woman shook her head. Then she switched over to a cupboard, her jewelry jingling and jangling, and the colorful scarf sewn to her dress fluttering about. In a quick minute she returned with an old book. Mirandy put the words in her head as Miss Poinsettia read them. I'm ever grateful, said Mirandy, but all I have as payment are my Christmas and birthday nickels. Consider me well paid if you wear these when you dance tonight, and I guarantee you'll be the prettiest girl there. And Miss Poinsettia gave Mirandy 2 of her see-through scarves. Mirandy hurried home. Like the conjure spell said, she found a crock bottle, washed it in water from the rain barrel, and poured in a measure of cider. Then she made her way to the big willow down by the branch and set the bottle on the tree's north side. Nothing left to do but wait. For long, Brother Wind come out the woods. Mirandy had never seen a body stand so tall or hold his head so high. The conjure was working. He smelled the cider. With a big whoosh, he jumped into the bottle. I got you. Mirandy pushed in the cork and danced round and round. But when she looked, Brother Wind was on the other side of the branch, bent over laughing. Then, flicking the tail of the wind cape, he vanished. Swoosh! How did you get in and out of that bottle so fast? Excuse me, how did he get in and out of that bottle so fast? She asked Ezel at the wood pile. He'd pulled the wrong log, and the whole pile had come crashing down on him. Mirandy was helping him restack it. What am I going to do? Ezel laughed. Looks like you gonna need a partner. Mirandy got pretty upset. You laughing, but you just wait. I'll catch him yet, she shouted, and left in a huff. The cakewalk was only a few hours away, and Mirandy was moping on the front moping on on the front porch swing when Brother Wind swooped over the hedges, kicking up dust. He leaped over the lilacs, around the snowball tree, and into the barn. While he was inside shaking the rafters and scaring Muldeer's hens, Mirandy slipped up quiet-like and slammed the door. No way for him to get out, 'cause Pa had stuffed all the cracks. "I got you," she say, clapping her hands. "Now you've got to do whatever I ask." At dusk, the neighbors from the ridge started gathering at the schoolhouse, everybody dressed in their Sunday best. The fiddler stood in one corner, and Grandmama Beasley and the other elder folk sat in the judges' seats. Elder Thomas brought in 2 big triple-decker cakes, one for the junior cakewalk winners and the other for the grown-up winners. Somebody drew a big square in the middle of the floor, and the cakewalk jubilee began. First thing, Orlinda comes siding up to Mirandy asking, "Who gonna be your partner?" Mirandy tried not to act excited. "He's real special." Then she added, "I wish you and Ezel luck. Y'all gonna need it." "Me and Ezel? Girl, don't be silly. He asked, but I wouldn't dance with that old clumsy boy for nothing," she said, fanning herself. "Why, he can't even now walk and breathe at the same time. I didn't want him tripping over my feet in front of the whole county." And the girls laughed. Mirandy put her hands on her hips and moved right in close to Orlinda. "You just hush making fun of Ezel, you hear?" she said quiet-like. "He's my friend, and it just so happens we're gon' win that cake." And she tossed her head in the air and hurried away. Outside, Mirandy wondered why she said such a tomfool thing. She'd caught Brother Wind. Ezel couldn't be her partner, but an idea came. "Brother Wind," she called, "you still in there?" The barn door rattled and almost shook off its hinges. "I'm ready with my wish," she whispered it, then hurried to find Ezel. What do you think her wish could be? Weeks passed, and still ridge folk talk about how Mirandy and Ezel had won the junior cakewalk. That night they pranced round and round, cutting corners with style and grace. Swish, swish. And when the music had changed to a fast gait, they had arched their backs, kicked up their heels, and reeled from side to side. Swish, swish. Folks still talked about how Mirandy was a picture of pretty, dressed in yellow with 2 colorful scarves tied round each wrist. And everybody agreed Ezel had never stood taller or held his head higher. When Grandmama Beasley had seen Mirandy and Ezel turning and spinning, moving like shadows in the flickering candlelight, she had thrown back her head, laughed, and said, "Them chillun is dancing with the wind." What do you think children means at that point as well, when you think about colloquialism? I also want you to think about, what do you think was meant by the fact that Brother Wind would do someone's bidding? Many uses of figurative language. Please think about them and identify them on your center sheet.